Yeah, good morning. It's Jim from JAGfx.com. It is Saturday, the 17th of December 2022. This is just my weekly analysis video where I go over all of the pairs I'm trading on the Forex charts on the daily time frame using the high probability and divergence trading methods from my two books. So a big welcome to everyone and thank you for watching the video. If you do like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe button. That would be appreciated. I do apologise. It's a bit difficult here in Cambodia where I live. You will hear some background noise. The apartment I live in, it's an older style building. It's the old, I can't even soundproof it. You couldn't run an air conditioner in the lounge room I'm in because it's got old school, like the Besser blocks have got air gaps through to the street, or as in America I don't think you call them Besser blocks, I think you call them cinder blocks. And also the front's all open, so it's a bit hard to soundproof, so you'll hear some background noise. Sorry about that. And also, as you probably know, it's been a pretty tough week. One of my best mates passed away. I actually spent a week with him last week in Cam Pot. He did a visa run from Vietnam. He was a bit sick during the week, but he came good. And when we said our goodbyes on Saturday, he seemed fine to me, and he was happy to head back to Vietnam. And I was heading back to Phnom Penh. But sadly, within 48 hours, he passed away, and we're still not sure why. But yeah, it's a terrible week. And to top it all off, I was sick as a dog myself, so it didn't help. Anyway, we're all getting to the age now, or a lot of me and my friends were, late 50s, getting into the 60s. So, yeah, it's just life, I guess. Anyway, let's get on to it. First up, we're coming to the quiet end of the year, so let's have a look at the news. So, what I always try to do is just have a look at the economic calendar. This is the Forex Factory. It's free, and you can set up to filter what currencies you want to refer to and also what news you want to see, and also put it in your local time. So as I said, I'm in Cambodia, so this is all in local Cambodian time, which is Indochina time. Same as Ho Chi Minh City, Hanoi, Bangkok, same. So Christmas is down here somewhere. So we're in the last week before Christmas, which means half the trading world's going to shut down basically. Most of the big financial centres celebrate Christmas or something similar. So yeah, it's going to be quiet. I trade through it on the daily time frame right through the year. I just don't want to miss any trades. It's no big deal. But if you're on the lower time frame, start backing off. There's no need to trade the lower time frames. All right, so coming up this week, basically not much at all. Japanese interest rates, I'd say, is on the Tuesday. These are the high impact, which are the red envelopes. Or red squares, I just call them envelopes, I don't know why. Wednesday, CPI numbers out of Canada, that's about it, and CB consumer confidence out of the US. And nothing until Friday, just GDP out of Canada and core PC price index out of US. Look, I'm not expecting too much during the week, but it is what it is. We're coming up to Christmas, and as you notice, the following week, there we go. So there's Christmas Day on Sunday. Normally this is Boxing Day on the Monday. So, look at New Zealand, Australia, Switzerland, Europe, parts of Europe anyway, Germany, Italy. Then we've got the UK, obviously, Canada, and the US. So all off on that Monday. And because the Commonwealth countries celebrate Boxing Day and Christmas Day was on a Sunday, we miss out on the holiday, so we've got to make up for it. Boxing Day is extended to the Commonwealth countries, New Zealand, Australia, the UK and Canada on the Tuesday. So it's going to be quiet times. So that's it for the news. All right, let's get on to I forgot my document. Where's my high probability? Now you're going to be looking at charts. If you've never seen my videos before, you'll be wondering what all the colours, lines, settings, the indicators are. Just pause the video, have a read of this Word document, or print it out, do whatever you're going to do. Hopefully, I'm trying something new with my videos. I'm trying to add English captions, so hopefully that helps some too. I appreciate that some people English is not their first language, or you don't understand the Australian accent, I speak too quick, or whatever. So I'm trying to just make the videos a little bit better. I'm not a video editor, as we all know, far from it. So yeah, I'm trying to make it a little bit easy for everyone. But have a read of this. But we normally go through it anyway. The main thing is we've got green and red dots on the price chart. That's a QMP filter. That's made up of the MACD Platinum, which is the bottom indicator, and the QE Advanced indicator, which is not on the chart. But the combination of those two make the green and red dots. They're my sort of signals. And the bottom indicator is the MACD Platinum, which is just a zero lag MACD. Oscillates around a zero level. So generally I'm looking to sell when it's above the zero level and buy when it's below the zero level. But we'll go into the charts anyway and you'll see all this. So let's get into them. So this is TradingView. This is my watch list on the right. Now, I've had a bit of drama with TradingView. Apparently, because my indicators, or scripts as they call them on TradingView, are invite only, I can't share public ideas. I've been posting every time I take a trade setup. Not only have I been posting it to my Facebook group and my Telegram channels, etc., and Matt from Family Man's Discord channel, I've also been posting it in my TradingView channel. But suddenly last week they said, no, you can't do that, Jim, because they're invite-only scripts, so they can't be public, have to be private. And I said, well, I've been doing this for months, probably years. They said, yeah, we missed you, but now we've got you, so you can't do it. So I'm not sure. So I'm going to keep on publishing them, but it'll have to be private, so you have to subscribe, follow me, I guess. I'm not sure how TradingView works. I'm not even sure if it's worth the hassle, but it gives me some more transparency, that's all, and shows more people the different trade setups. So that was my little run-in with TradingView. Anyway, so this is TradingView. And on the right's my watch list. It's not all 28 pairs, just a sample of pairs I'm trading. I'm not a trade signal service or anything like that. It's just give you ideas what I'm looking at and give you different ways of looking at markets and trading them and trade management, etc. So as you know, I call all my trades live at the time. So when a new trade presents, and there are 2 new trades this week or for Monday, when they present, I take a screenshot, write some notes on the chart and post that setup in the groups, which I mentioned, the Facebook group, Telegram channel and Discord. And I think I also post them on Twitter through the TradingView. So it's all very transparent and everyone's more than welcome to join any of those groups. So, so the watch list is, you see different colours. Dark blue means the trade on and no action taken. So the AusCAD here, there's a new trade. It was just taken on Friday and there's no action, no trade management being taken this year. Highlighted in yellow or orange means I want to talk to you about it in this video. There's something's happened. Light blue means trades on and there's been action taken, like some trade management. No highlight means no trade on. So now the good thing about TradingView is on Friday's close, it shows me exactly what's happening on Monday's open. Doesn't show me what price what price the market's opening at, but it shows me what trade signals are coming up. So MT4, MT5 don't do that. They won't present those dots or trade signals until the actual Monday morning open. You don't miss out on anything with MT4, MT5, but TradingView gives you a heads up, so it prepares you a little bit better. So that's a good thing about TradingView. And you'll see that, because as I said, we've got two new trade setups on Monday, and I'll show you what I mean. All right, so here we have the AusCAD. We'll start off on the charts. We've got the AusCAD here. Now, normally any previous trades or notes I've got are normally on the left-hand side of price. So you can look across here, and if I've got a bit of a sequence of trades, so I've taken a sell here. You can see this is on the 4th of November, and what happened? Now, I took another sell here, and again, we stopped out for a loss. So we had a loss and a loss. Now this is the third one. Now my most recent trades are normally on the right. You'll see the pair, the date, the signal, then my thoughts on the trade. Now, someone suggested what I'm going to do. All right, I'll just do, hang on a sec, pause the video for a sec. Where's my pause button? All right, we're back. I just changed the stop loss details. Before I had, if you go back in the video for 10 seconds, you'll see I had suggested stop loss. Now, someone mentioned in the Telegram channels that they didn't know where my stops were. Normally it's just above the high or below a low or a significant level. But now I'm just going to change this to the actual level I've put my stop at, just so there's no confusion. You can normally see it on the right, but in this case it's above the fold, I guess, in this area here. You can't see it. So I'm just going to change it now. It won't be on every one, but I'll eventually get them all, where you'll see my stop loss and the level. But once I do some trade management, you'll see what happens anyway. So this was a sell on the Friday. This green level here is a big number. So they represent a big number. So in this case, it's a 90-cent level, just a big round number. So you can see price sort of bounces around a bit, struggles to get through it, then bang, shoots up. This is my third attempt at a sell. 1, 2, 3, and here's the entry here. There's a stop loss there, obviously. And what we're trying to do is come down. MACD Platinum's above the zero level still. We're trying to bring everything down to this, the MAs or this level here, then we'll start taking some action. So it's Oz CAD, third time lucky, hopefully. Oz Japanese Yen. Right, it's highlighted in orange, means I'm taking some action. Now, I took a buy in here. Now, hang on a sec, let's have a look. So we've got this support level here. I took this buy. Now, it's bounced up. It didn't go anywhere. Didn't go anywhere. So this is on the 12th of December. As you can see my notes here, on Monday, which is 19th of December, I know it's in the future, but this is what I'm going to do. As you can see, there's a QMP filter dot there, a red QMP filter dot. There's a red MACD Platinum dot. So on Monday, I'm closing this buy trade before it gets to the stop for a loss. Now, the stop in this case is 994.92, all right? So see, this is where you can see it on the chart. So yeah, there's a stop, 492. There it is there. So I'm going to close it out. Now, it's hit this support level again. I could leave this trade on and thinking this support level may hold, but stop's only not that far below it. So if you look across to the left there, it's come close before spike through. So I'm just going to close the trade and look for another opportunity, take the loss. It's not a huge loss. It's just between, if the market opens pretty close to where it closed on Friday, it's just from there to there. So it's not a huge loss. So it's the Oz Japanese Yen buy trade from the 12th of December, closing it on an opposite QMP filter dot. Aussie USD. All right, now this is a little bit tricky, so just bear with me. The charts are a little bit busy. So, here we go. I'm going to pause the video again, change this stop loss so we all know what it is. All right, yeah, I probably should have done that previously, but it's already marked here anyway. This is it here, 68971, so that's it. It was already marked on the chart. So what happened was on Friday, I took a new sell signal. So that's the information down here. It just gets a bit cluttered to put it up there. So the reason I took this, all right, so here was a sell here. I took it on the 22nd of November. So this is this one here, 22nd of November. And it went against me. Basically started to come down my entry level, went against me again, back down and back up. So we've got higher highs, lower lows. Now, the stop loss is at 68971. Now, if you look up here, you'll see the high price. So I'll just run my crosshair over that, and you see the high price there, 68934. So we're about 4 or 5 pips, 4.5 pips below the stop. Now, whether that got stopped out or not, I didn't, but it may have for some others. So it was very close, and then it dropped down nicely. Now, because this sell signal, the last signal says sell here, there's no green QMP filter dot, so that sell signal is still valid. Meanwhile, price is going up, MACD Platinum's going down, so there's good regular bearish divergence forming there. I've drawn this trend line across the lows here, and you probably, I'm not sure if it's in last week's video or not, it's broken that cleanly, so I've taken a second sell. So I didn't really need to take it, but I'm just showing how you could look at it if you weren't in the sell already and you want a slightly better entry. It's still a valid sell signal. There's supporting divergence. So I've taken a second sell here. I'm still in this sell, which is in the, not going yet. It's got to drop down a bit. In the meantime, I'm still in a buy from the 19th of October, and you can see, read my trade management over here, what I've done so far. So this buy was taken here. What I'll probably look at during early in the week is moving the stop up, probably up to here somewhere. These levels here are the 65 cent and the 70 cent levels. So they're big levels on the Aussie. So we're in two sell trades and a partial buy, and the buy's locked in, can't lose on that. And hopefully the sells are going to profit also. So the only concern was the MACD pattern was just above the zero level there, but I like the fact that we did have divergence, hidden bearish divergence on the first sell, followed by regular bearish divergence on the second sell. So it's like a 1-2 whammy on the old divergences. And we're between these ranges here, and it's dropped nicely. And Friday it popped down a little bit, but this is going to be a quiet week, so we're just going to have to tough it out for a week or two. Euro CAD, what do we got here? It's just going up. Nothing happening there. I'll probably just try and move this stop up where I can. You can read my notes. I don't need to put the suggested stop loss level in there because it's now in the trade management notes. So I'll just probably drag this up and keep it. I try to, if the trend's going up, I try to keep it between the 15, or even if it's going down, between the 100 and the 50 EMAs. So I just keep it sort of midway, probably on a fractal or something like that. And in the meantime, the price is going up, heading up, getting away from the moving averages, and the MACD platinum's a long way above the zero level. This grey vertical line is a warning signal saying we've got a potential sell happening, so that's just all gives me a heads up. The last dot on the MACD platinum is red, above the zero level, looking for in sell mode. So we can't lose on this trade, which is good. Euro yen. Now this is highlighted in orange, and it's caused me some grief. Now I've already called this. All right, let's have a look. I was in this sell trade, and I think I messed this sell trade up. We discussed it. I probably should have looked at doing something in this area when I was in this sell. I've slowly moved the stop down, and on the 15th of December, which is on this Thursday candle, I was stopped out for a loss here. Bang, popped up just through, and we had a discussion about stop hunting in the Facebook group this week, and just popped through, and Friday's just dropped down. But it was a big news week, so expect stuff like that. Didn't break this previous high here at all. So I'm in a bit of a quandary now. If a sell presents, I'm going to take it, but it's not yet. Now, I didn't lose a great deal because I had moved my stop down, but I did lose on the sell. In the meantime, I've taken this buy on the 6th of December, which is this one here. It was looking good Thursday. Friday, it's not looking so good. All right, but 16th of December, which was... The good thing is, all right, now, so we had this big candle on Thursday. We're talking about the buy now. On Thursday, I saw this. So Friday, when I woke up Friday morning, I saw this big candle. The MACD platinum was through the zero level. We're getting close to previous highs. I closed half and moved my stop up. So I put myself in a no-lose position on the buy, thinking, yeah, it's going to pop up and pop through the Friday, drive through the previous high. It didn't. So it was a good call getting out at half there and moving my stop up. That was called in the groups at the time. You can go and check it if you want. So I'm not after the fact or anything like that. So even though we lost on the sell, we're not losing on the buy. In the meantime, the MACD now is through the zero level, so I'll be looking for some sort of possibly divergence or a resistance level to take a new sell on this. So the reason I leave all this in the chart to show you that I was stopped out. So once this video is finished, I'll go back and tidy up this chart and remove these this trade, etc., and we'll just concentrate on the current trade. But yeah, I'd sort of stuffed that up a little bit. I should have probably taken some more action, like close half on this sell trade. It just meandered for a long time, and I sort of lost my train of thought on it. So that's the euro yen. Stopped out on the sell, but the buys, no loose position, but we're not going to make much on it by the looks. Euro New Zealand. Geez, the euro just took a tumble on. So my last trade was a buy on the 6th of December, very similar to euro yen. Went against me, popped up nicely on the Thursday, and I was thinking about doing something, but the MACD Platinum wasn't quite in a position where I wanted it to at the zero level. Hindsight, I wish I had. Now it's dropped back down to my entry level, and not looking that flash. The good thing is we're in a sell from the 20th of October still. Stops up there. Now, this is a stop I'll be dragging down soon, probably early in the week. At the moment, it's just below the entry level. Can't lose on that. Already closed half. Hang on a sec. We've got notes everywhere. Yeah, I'll have to tidy up this chart also. It's just there's too many notes and crap everywhere. 1st November closed half, so let's look for, in here somewhere, So close half on that sell there. I've got to have to lock in more profit on that sell. The buy's not looking that good, but we'll see how we go. Euro USD, right, this is my new trade on Monday. I've already put my notes on the chart. And sorry about the noise. As I said, I can't stop it. Hang on, I've got to pause the video. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't think they know what a muffler is in Cambodia, some of the trucks here. Anywho, let's move on. All right, this is the Euro USD, so new buy signal for Monday. Like I said, TradingView shows this. There's a new, it's probably hard to see, there's a red dot, QMP filter dot there, between all the red lines. So I've drawn my entry, my stop loss, 108,341. It's only my suggested stop loss, just above the highs. I'm assuming the entry is going to be somewhere around near the close on Friday. That will be adjusted on Monday when I enter the trade. This green line is parity, 1.00. 1 euro equals $1. So it's a big round number. So be careful that level there. We have regular bearish divergence, as you can see there. Now, this is my second attempt at a sell. As you can see, there was one here, which was closed on an opposite QMP filter dot. MACD Platinum's been above the zero level since early October, and we're just above it at the moment still. But it's a high risk trade that the trend is going up. You can see there, high, new high, new high. So the moving averages are changing to the upside, but it's a signal I'm not going to ignore. So it's a signal, even though it's a valid signal. If you rank your signals, if you went in normally going with 2% your max, you might go with 1% risk on this one, something like that. So it's a Euro USD new sell signal for Monday, unless it opens down here somewhere or something stupid, or right up here or something like that, which is highly unlikely these days. Assume it's going to be a sell. Pound Aussie, going nowhere fast. All right, what do we got here? We're in a buy from the 30th of September. So we're still in a buy from a fair while ago. Stops up here, can't lose on that. I'm just going to trail the stop up, probably, try and move it up a little bit, see how we go. Can't lose on the buy. There's the notes there. There's the trade management for that buy. In the meantime, we took a sell on the 12th of December. So there's this price level here. I'll move it across a bit because it's still fairly valid. So I took the sell. It was like a resistance level. You can read my notes there. And I still had this buy on, so it gave me some protection. Went against me initially, then popped back down and has gone up again and starting to head down. Hasn't touched my stop yet, haven't moved the stop on this. It was all very tight. So we're in sort of no man's land at the moment, the pound Aussie, but we can't lose on the buy, so not the end of the world. Pound Swiss, this is the most recent trade. It's just a simple sell taken on Friday, yesterday. We've got this resistance level here, and it's just fallen away to the downside. Nothing to get too excited about. There's my stop loss level. just a suggested level above these highs here. That's all it is. Pound yen, highlighted in orange for a reason. All right, a couple of reasons. One, this buy trade I took on the 9th of December. On Friday morning, I called it as a close. So on this candle here, I woke up on Friday morning and I saw this little bearish candle here. Price was through the MACD Platinum and it was just above the entry level and hadn't broken this previous high here, which has been there for a while. We were very range bound here. So I called the close on Friday morning for a tiny profit. So, probably about 50 pips or something. Now this range here, from this blue line here to this blue line, is actually about 500 pips. So it looks like it's tight. This is the pound yen. It's probably thrown out of whack because of these big moves. But that range in there is, from there to there, is about 500 pips. And I can probably show you that if you don't believe me. I think it is. Hopefully I'm not going to lie. There we go. Look up on the right there, 512 roughly. So it's 500 pip range. So when I say it's range bound, it's not exactly chicken feed. So anywho, closed that buy for a tiny profit. So that's finished. I've got to tidy this chart up. When I'm done, I just left it on there to show you what I've done. And luckily I did, because on Friday, bang, she went down. Now, which presents me with a sell signal. Now, I'm going to take this because we've got this. I've just extended that line. It's just a resistance level and price. I know it's all a bit tight in the moving averages. I don't really care. The MACD Platinum's just above the zero level. I don't really care. This is a pair that I like to trade. It does move nicely when it gets going, and eventually it'll break out and have one of these decent moves. If you go back in, time, it does have some good moves. So the pound yen it's a lot of people trade it. A lot of people swear by it. It's probably one of the most reliable pairs at times. So I'm taking this sell on Monday. My stop loss is going to be up here, 171.746. It's a big stop. Yeah, as I said, that's 500 pips, so you're assuming that's 500 plus pips in there. But I'm just putting it up there for safety. I'll try and drag that down to this level here. I could even put it at that level, bring it down a bit if you wish. There's nothing wrong with that, up just above the blue line, and look for any reason to bring it down. So the buy's gone, and we're taking a new sell on Monday. Pound New Zealand. In a sell, which is good because the buy's going. I took a buy on Thursday, and bang, look at that, straight down. We've already got a red dot on the MACD Platinum, and yeah, that's hence the grey warning line. So my buy's looking terrible. Stop's down here. I did mark the stop, but you can read it there, 188.331. I'll change that later maybe. Did take a buy in here. What happened there? Closed on an opposite QMP filter dot. So that buy there was taken there and closed out on the open of that one. And took a new buy, and it's going the wrong way also. But luckily I got this sell on, and I could probably drag this stop down on the sell. So the sell was taken on 20th of October. It's a bit hard to read, but it's in there. And there's been some trade management on that also. So yeah, it's going nowhere fast, that sell. But we're heading down, and we'll lock in more profit on the sell, which will hopefully offset the losses on the buy side. Pound USD, might as well show it. There's no trade on, heading similar to the Euro USD. Looks like it's setting up for a sell. The Euro USD and the Pound USD can be correlated at times, and looking at these chart patterns, they very much are so at the moment. But no trade on the pound. New Zealand CAD, highlighted in orange. Now, not sure why it's highlighted in orange. All right, let's just go. We're at a buy. Oh, yeah, I know. All right, what we're going to do is going to move a stop up. And I'm going to do it. It's on my notes to do it on Monday. But I'm going to change on the chart while I've shown you. So we took a buy on the 19th of October, and it's just gone. I don't know, how many pips is that? I know it's a lot. So what are we up? Probably about 800 or so pips. So good trade. Because it's not normally doesn't give you that many pips, but we're lucky we're on this one. On Monday, I'm going to move the stop up to 81636. I'll do that right now. say 81636. So that's what I'm going to do Monday. That's why that one's highlighted. 636. 81636. So you'll see the stop move up. That's this red dotted line. Bang. So I've just moved it up below this little fractal here, and it's sort of in the moving averages, locking in more profit. So that's all. That was highlighted. I'll leave it highlighted because I'm going to actually do it on Monday. In the meantime, took this sell on Friday, and it's gone against me straight from the get-go. I like this sell. It's been a big upwards move, and price is a long way from moving averages. The MACD platinum's been above the zero for a long time. We've had this little bit of tight, what I call tight, regular bearish divergence. You can see the high highs on price, and the MACD platinum's heading down. So the sell is actually a pretty good sell setup, and I've got confidence because I'm locking in a lot of profit on the buy side. So even if I get stopped out, that means I'm making more money on the buy, albeit probably a smaller. They're probably about the same position size because that's a high risk trade going against the trend, whereas this one I've closed half. So New Zealand CAD, not too bad. He's my friendly person that's a few sandwiches short of a picnic. He's a harmless chap, and he wanders around the street and he yells out and says hello to everyone. All right, USD CAD. What have we got here? We're in a buy still, going nowhere fast. All right, so we did take a buy here on the 3rd of November, and it was closed on an opposite QMP filter dot, so from there to there, and didn't let it hit the stop, which it would have. Then we've taken a new buy here, and it sort of went against me for a while. There's some trade management, as you can see on the right here. In the meantime, we've got this grey vertical lines, and there's a red dot on the MACD platinum above the zero level, so there's some potential divergence forming there. But it's just, I adjust this every day. So until it is confirmed, we'll just leave it as is. So we can't lose on this, but now it's starting to head in the right direction, which is good. So that's the USD CAD. USD Japanese yen. At least we're in a sell. So we're locking in profit on a sell. We had a couple of goes of buys here. So let's have a look. What we got? 3rd of November. Took a buy, closed an opposite QMP filter dot. Didn't let it hit the stop. And again, luckily, we closed it early. It dropped down with a rip through my stop. So I reduced the risk just by closing on the opposite QMP filter dot. Then I took another buy in here, and I think that one was stopped out. So what was that? 22nd November. Yeah, stopped out for a loss. So this is my 3rd attempt at a buy. In the meantime, we've got regular bullish divergence, and it's just gone sideways, then down, then back up above my entry level, and Friday back down. Stops down here, and it's 131840, if you can see that on the side there. And in the meantime, we're in the sell still from 24th of October, and that's locked in profit. So we can't lose there. So if this does drop down further, we'll just drag the stop down. I'll probably look at dragging this stop down anyway, down into this level here. So lock in more profit. I can do that Monday or Tuesday, no rush. I don't see this popping up too quick, too soon. Gold, another one. Right, a little bit messy this chart, so just bear with me. Right, the good thing is we're in a buy. So that's on the 25th of October. It's a bit hard to read the notes here, but we're in a buy. Here's the trade management for the buy. Now, we've had a couple of losses here. After me saying in the last few videos, gold's been good. We haven't lost on a trade in gold. Now I've lost 2 in a row. So this was a sell on the 22nd of November, and we closed that for a loss on an opposite QMP filter dot. Now, I don't think I did. I think I'm just below. It was just below the stop. So, oops. So we closed that for a loss. Took another sell in here. Now, this was. We talk about stop hunting. All right, here we are. So that was on the 7th of December. So let's find that. Hang on a sec. So stopped out the 13th of December. It's a bit hard to read my notes. They're it's getting a bit crowded, this chart. So this little spike up, my stop was just in here. So this is 13th. Spiked up, just took my stop out by a few pips or a few points on gold. then proceeded to head down again. Because this sell signal is still valid, a bit like the Aussie USD, which there is some correlation between gold and the Aussie, drawn this trend line across the lows here. Then on Thursday with this nice break to the downside, red dot on the MACD Platinum, regular bearish divergence, as you can see. So I took a new sell based on this trend line break because the sell signal is still valid. So this is all these notes here, and you can read that, but it's just popped up straight against me. This green dashed line here is the $1,800 level. So it's a big number on gold. As you can see, price sort of respects it, and it's so hopefully it'll just bounce back up to that and roll over to the downside again. But the good thing is I've got some profit on the buy side. So if price does continue up and stop me out, I can just keep on trailing this stop up. But yeah, it's not ideal. So it's just a re-entry on gold. Now this video's dragging out in 36 minutes, so sorry about that. I've been waffling way too much. So we'll just quickly go through these three. US dollar, new buy signal there. I don't trade these at the moment, but this is just showing you how the system works on something like the US dollar. US 500, the American Stock Exchange. Last signal was a sell. Now this line here has been there forever, and look how it's popped up again to that. We can go back, and this, if you watched any of my previous videos, that line's been there for a long time. It was initially put in here on these lows, highs, and look at this, broke through it, had another go at it, bang, there again, bang, bang. So it's proving very significant, that level, which is about, what's that, 4-1 something there. Yeah, it's been there. If you watch my videos, you've seen it. It's been there forever. And Bitcoin. And this is stuck between the 15,000 and the 20,000 level at the moment, basically going sideways, had a few drops in the last few days, but that's probably in correlation with the US stock market, I'd say. The stock market's had a drop. Look at the charts, pretty much the same. That's it for the charts, guys. Sorry it dragged on so long, this one. We're coming up to Christmas. I'll keep on trading, as I said, and we'll see how we go. If you'd like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm sorry they're so boring, and it was a bit dragged out, as I said. And I will chat to you foreign folk sometime next week. Enjoy the week, stay safe, enjoy the rest of the weekend, and don't do anything stupid, all right? Cheers.